Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, your boy is back. Your boy is back. It's been like 2 to 2.5 weeks since a face cam video, but we are officially back. Officially back. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna be streaming every single day at 7 p.m. EST. So if you want to ask about coins, if you want chart markups, I mean, we'll talk about news, we'll talk about life, we'll talk about so many things. Highly recommend, joining the stream 7 p.m. EST every single day. We're gonna try to do at least for 45 minutes each day. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Listen, right? In terms of turbo news, there is no new news. However, ladies and gentlemen, the technical analysis is really, I guess, funky. I don't have to explain it. I'm going to first start with Bitcoin, and then I'm going to give my opinion on turbo because both are hand in hand. Now, here's the thing, right? We had decent structure. We were trending downwards, right? We could see if we take this, we had this low, lower low, then we had this low, lower low, and then we broke up, right? We broke up. But the reality is, it's just we are still kind of just in this consolidation. We're still in this range. And the thing that I noticed is if we actually go to the daily candle, is for me, the years I've been seeing charts, this is not too convincing in terms of bullish price action. I'm not going to lie. All right, it's kind of giving like this type of vibe. Yes, eventually it does explode like the way we do expect it, but overall it just seems fairly weak, which makes me believe there's going to be some type of pullback, especially that we swept the last relevant daily candle that we possibly could. And we swept the last possible 4-hour candle that we could. Okay. So just, hang on. Look, overall, these micro moves, whether it goes up this way or that way, doesn't really matter. I think, with Bitcoin and Turbo, it is inevitable, like just even in a couple of days that we're going to be pumping, right? But you got to know, you got to realize the markets try to fake people out. They really do. Now, personally, I would like to see a dump. Okay. That's what I would like to see. And that's what I still think is going to happen. I still think we're going to sweep 103,000, right? Because this is the last weekly low. And historically, every time with, you know, um, market liquidity, global liquidity, every time we reverse, we sweep the last weekly candle. And this is the part of it, right? This is part of it. So, if Bitcoin were to drop this 2%, and usually it drops a little bit further, it usually drops like 2 to 3,000 more. If it were even potentially drop to 100K, that's like 2 to 5%. And yes, I get it. It is big. It is big. But look, even for turbo, right? Even for turbo, ladies and gentlemen, we tapped into the last possible 4-hour order block candle. Okay. So for me, and we have, of course, all the daily swept. So for me, this just screams at least one type of pullback, either back down to 0.004 or even lower, right? Or even lower. Because even with Bitcoin, there's only like two real options. Okay. Option A is we come back somewhere into here, right? We create a higher low, right? Somewhere over here. You can see boom, boom, and then we just start going back up, right? But if that's not the case, then it's a very high probability we will sweep 103,000, like I said, which means turbo should go below this zone of 0.0039 at the bare minimum. And, like I said, depending on how much lower we go, we could see turbo go even lower to like 0.0036 area, especially that technically in terms of the most fundamental retest, right? This is where turbo really would love a fundamental retest, right? Just tapping into that 0.0036 like 5 area would be good enough, right? Look, even when we just simply use like the most logic, common sense, which sometimes you have to do in terms of trading, this big weekly candle is sold off heavy, and right now this is not really showing us any life, right? This is not showing us any life. Like Look at the last big sell candle on the Friday, right? And look at Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday and Tuesday for Turbo. Yeah, Monday doesn't have too much selling pressure, but it also didn't have that much buying pressure. And it just still indicates to me that we will be going lower. Okay. It reminds me, actually, in fact, of this right over here, just like a week ago, right? Very, very weak bullish candles. Sure, like 1 week sell candle, another week sell candle until it wasn't. Until it wasn't, right? So that's what I'm saying. For me, something is just telling me, just even from the analysis, just from the past data, it does suggest Turbo is going to drop, in my opinion, at least a couple of percent at the bare minimum, right? At least like 7, like 5 to 8%. Okay. Overall, I still expect pumps, right? I still expect pumps because even if we go to the weekly for Bitcoin, right? And we take away, I should not take away, we add global liquidity, right? Which, by the way, global liquidity is continuing to go up, right? Because this is where it is at the current moment. So it's probably going to keep going up, which means, ladies and gentlemen, altcoin season Turbo is going to be absolutely fantastic. Like I cannot wait. Turbo is going to, like, Turbo is just going to go super, super high. We actually will make a video of how high Turbo can possibly go, okay, based off math, data, and probability in the next video, right? Like it's absolute peak. So see, 91 days. 91 days. This dump was 91 days. But like it just feels like there's gotta be a sweep because right after we are good until like mid-July. And I'm look, every single like I mean literally every single time it peaked, it swept. It went down, it swept down, and then it reversed, right? I mean, every single time. Like, so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And there's just too much like retail. There's just too much retail money sitting right here. And when have Bitcoin Turbo, I mean, just manipulation in general in the crypto markets, when have they ever just allowed it to just continue, just to chill there, just for people to take easy trades? Like almost never, right? Like literally never. So yeah, I expect Turbo to drop a little bit more. You know, we will be looking for big pumps still overall this week. I still believe we're going to flip. I believe at the minimum by the end of this week, we are probably going to be at least somewhere over here. I overall do expect very nice pumps. You know, we did pump very early, right? We did pump very early. We take it 91 days is here. Actually, it might have been, it's technically even before somewhere. Did this one? No. Oh, I'm getting further away. Is it this one? Aha. So yeah, this first top we peaked, right? So if we are going to pump, it's going to be turbo first. Like so by possibly by well by the end of this week we should be pumping. And next week, like the next 2 weeks really should be pumping. Like really should. So yeah, overall, very bullish. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye. Portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up-to-date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should've, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets.